Hello everyone, welcome to Mala's Verse. Welcome if you're new here, welcome if you have been here before. Thank you so much for joining me in today's reading. So today's reading has been recorded after a really long time. As you can see even now, the setup is different because I've been traveling. So somewhat I found a foundation or some stability right now, so I thought I would record a quick video. Today's reading is going to be about brownie points or secret brownie points you receive from people that you may not know of. And as usual, we have three piles to choose from. The options will show up on your screen now. Take a few deep breaths in and breathe out through your mouth as you focus on these images. Letting your awareness guide you to whichever pile you are drawn to. You're more than welcome to choose one or more piles. I will see you in your reading. Pile 1, if you chose the first image, this is your reading. Excuse any background noises or anything. I am not at my regular place of filming, which could be the case for a while now, so I hope you bear with me. Now I'm going to read the channel message for you and then we'll get into the cards. So the channel message in terms of like general messages coming through for you, pile 1, I was getting the word croquet and then I googled it. So croquet is part of Gothic architecture as well, so it's an element which is like a curved leaf or something that's curved in shape on the pinnacle of a turret, or on the pinnacle of a structure essentially, and it's part of Gothic architecture. And the other thing that I saw was, the first thing that came through was actually a game which you hold something that looks like a hammer, and then it's raining and then you hit a ball. So that's again something that came up for croquet, so maybe that relates to you. The other word that was coming through was first of all, a lot of words with CR were coming up. So the next word is crochet and Creole, then construction work, concrete, and cement or curing of concrete was coming up. I was getting a vision of that essentially. Then what we have here is climbing the ladder and a very corporeal approach. So corporeal word, the word corporeal means of the body essentially, and more so like opposed to the existence of your spirit or soul. So it's like more materialistic energy, so a more material approach when it comes to climbing the ladder. I was also getting the word crab, which reminds me of the zodiac Cancer. Then what's coming through is actually a song by Lana Del Rey, and specifically these lines were coming up, which is National Anthem by Lana Del Rey. Blurring the lines between real and the fake, dark and lonely. I need somebody to hold me. He will do very well, very well. I can tell. And I think there are a few lines after that too, but then the next line that came up was money is the anthem of success, so put on mascara and your party dress. So I wonder if that part of the song resonates with you. Now moving on to your message as to what secret brownie points do you receive, pile 1. And we have the first thing that's coming through is secret brownie points for the way you dress, as it is inspiring, especially for women with body image issues. You have a hype girl or hype boy or a cheerleader personality. You are a natural cheerleader, and people silently observe and admire this about you. Your cheerful personality binds them to you. You have got a girl or boy next door kind of a charm. Or a certain level of innocence as well, which okay, so I'm just going to read that again. You've got a girl or boy next door kind of a charm, or a certain level of innocence, which people find cute and they really adore you for it. And another thing that was coming through was the gingham pattern. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly in the comments below, but that check pattern, especially the combination of white and red, was coming through strongly. So maybe you like wearing gingham patterns, or you like cooking as well, because I often see that pattern on aprons. The other thing that was coming through, so your cooking and your baking skills must be something that you really literally receive brownie points for, which you may not know of. People might enjoy your cooking, or people might enjoy when you are in that grandma nurturing baking cookies kind of energy as well, pile one. And the next thing that we have here as to why, oh sorry, for what do you receive secret brownie points, we have your wonder and awe for life is truly inspiring people. And that gives you a lot of brownie points from them, because for them you are like a breath of fresh air in their otherwise dull life. And it's just that I hope that these, because it was channel, so that's why my words were here and there, so I hope you bear with that. Thank you for bearing with it. And we have three cards here pulled out as additional messages also. The first one is another or another energy representing what's secret brownie points do you receive. And we have rat, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you, archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel. And this is in terms of people. So the interesting bit, okay, maybe I'll just show you the cards all together. So the second one is raven, prepare for change, archangels Azrael and Bhokpi, I hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly. And this tells me, this is actually the secret brownie points you receive from your higher self. And we have guinea pig, do your part to illuminate the universe, Archangel Mary. And this is the secret brownie points that you receive from your spirit guides. And the bottom deck energy is gray squirrel, find new ways of solving problems, Archangel Raphael. It's just, oh wow, the greens. But anyway, it's just that, we have of the four cards, including the bottom deck energy, three of them are very rodent like, rat, the squirrel, and we have the guinea pig as well. So I find them very cute, and very jumpy in their energy, quite excited in their energy. So that really resonates with the cheerleader part that you have, or the cheerleader energy that you have, pile number one. Even if people, because this is the secret, right, people may not actually tell you how much of a cheerleader energy you possess in their life as well, like how much you contribute to cheerleading in their life. They might not tell you, but you certainly do. And especially with the rat, be true to yourself and the universe will reward your excitement for life. Your embracing energy with life is just so inspiring with the rat here. And it may be very unique because people may not be as open to embracing life. They might be more stuck in the what if this could have happened, what good could come from this, it's just a shitty situation. But you help them see the bright side or the brighter light in that situation. And with the raven, your energy is very childlike. It's like the child magical archetype in the archetype cast by Carolyn Miss. But even if you have that magical energy and the innocence of a child or the wonder of a child, regardless of what your age is, your higher self gives you brownie points for, prepare for change, raven. You're highly intelligent. You recognize the value of change. You recognize the value of transition, of movement. So you don't hesitate from that. And I do perceive with the raven that these are very intelligent yet tough choices that you've had to make, or you still of course make, but you may not give yourself the credit as to how smartly you move around these things, and how it's more so mind over matter and not letting your emotions get in the way. Or I would say emotions in the sense that emotions that don't guide you in the right direction. So basically an excess or an overwhelm of emotions, you don't let that get in the way of your decision making, especially when it comes to making changes that are very, very important for you to move forward. And your higher self secretly, well, now not so secretly anymore, but definitely they give you a lot of brownie points for it. And your spirit team, or your team in spirit in the non-physical, do your part to illuminate the universe with the guinea pig. It's just they adore you for who you are, and they adore your resistance, your resilience, your will to keep moving forward, and especially in terms of how unique you might be or how you might stand out, but you don't give up, you don't let go of what targets you have in sight. And your spirit team definitely recognizes this grit of yours, this resilience of yours, especially in terms of illuminating, or not just if you're not directly illuminating stuff, but you being very diligent about not letting your spark die or not letting your light go out. Your commitment to that is definitely receiving a lot of brownie points from your spirit team, pile one. And we do have gray squirrel, find new ways of solving problems. So more than that, my attention is going to Archangel Raphael. So you do have a very innocent energy that's quite healing, which all in all is something that receives a lot of brownie points from the team that you have in spirit and from people around you as well. So pile one, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Pile 2, if you chose the second image, this is your reading. So first, I'm going to read your general channeled messages. These are just general messages for your current energy or current situation, or representing your current energy. And then we are going to get into channel messages about the subject or the topic that we have for today. And the first thing that was coming through was Korean drama. And more than the drama, the thing that was coming through was like a male actor, or the aesthetics or visuals of male actors in Korean dramas. And my attention was going towards their eyes, and that's why I also wrote down something about sad eyes or somber eyes. Maybe you have beautiful deep eyes, which also somehow do represent sadness in some way, shape, or form. Or they do give out this message that you have been through stuff, or you do experience life in quite an intensity, and you experience the sadder, darker emotions as well. Another thing coming through was a fringe or bangs, like hairstyle wise. Then what I was receiving was a tractor. That's a machine, or actually a vehicle slash not slash and machine used in farming here in India at least. And heavy machinery or heavy vehicles were coming through quite strongly. Then what I received was a spray, and it was indicating towards perfumes. And what was coming through was fragrance is quite an important thing for this pile. And again, a focus on eyes, especially blue colored eyes or blue eyes. Now going into your channel messages as to what secret brownie points do you receive? The first thing that came through is you dare to do the unconventional. You may have been called stupid for the same, but your grit is commendable when it comes to walking your own path. Secret brownie points for tying people together from different places, and places doesn't necessarily have to be geographical. It does indicate geographical place as well as a different place that a person is in, mindset wise. Maybe someone is coming from a different place in their mindset, and someone else is coming from a different place, yet you have the capacity to bring them to a middle ground or together, getting them together. You care and your care and connection with nature, Mother Earth, is also another thing you get secret brownie points for from people around you. And also for how down to earth or grounded a person you are, despite the number of changes, and even big or magnificent, but also like really powerful, magnanimous in nature sort of changes that you may have gone through. You're still a very grounded person. The last thing that I have received here in the channel messages as to what you do receive secret brownie points for is your subtlety and silent confidence, the way you move in silence. And it's actually getting repeated here in the cards as well. So the cards that we have here are Panda, Stay Balanced and in Your Essence, with Archangels Mary, Jophiel, and Sandalphon. The second card that we have here is Goat, Act from Your Innate Wisdom, Archangel Miek. I don't know how to pronounce this, so please excuse me for that. And Pan, and God of Nature. I was just talking about nature here. Then we have Hedgehog, be a magnet for light, love, and joy, Archangel Gabriel. The bottom deck energy is Wolf, be independent but work together, Archangel Zadkiel. All right. So with the panda card here, it is representing an additional message as to what secret brownie points you receive from people. And with panda, the first thing that comes to my mind is balance. It is, and I do perceive that you have a very balanced masculine and feminine energy, and it's very evident in your day-to-day life or the way you move about in life. You have feminine energy wherever it's required, you have that masculine energy of action, of probably discipline, structure wherever it is required, and people do give you secret brownie points for it, but you may not know about this. That's also another thing that I'm receiving, because with the panda here, I also feel like a childlike energy wherein um people might presume that you may not receive this well, or it could even represent their own childish thinking that you will not receive this comment well, in the sense that you may get, in your head about it. So maybe that is why people don't want to share this with you. Wow, that's another indication that this message probably doesn't come through very strongly for you, pile 2. But surely you do receive secret brownie points for being a very balanced person, someone who's very balanced in their action, and also knowing when to take a pause, having that intelligence, and having the softness when it's required, or playfulness when it's required, and also getting serious whenever it is required, because that message is getting repeated here again with the goat card as well. The goat card is actually representing secret browning points you receive from your higher self. And with the goat card, it's just, remind the first thing that came through, or the connection I made, was with the silent confidence, or moving in silence and just doing your work, putting in the work, being very focused on your target and not talking about it, not being very hush hush about it, and not, announcing it to the world way too early, or even celebrating your wins. You do it very privately, you do it in the I'm also saying, like, in your own, in the home of your own body, your physical body. You celebrate it there first, and then you share it with the world if you really want to. But you certainly probably share it with people that you are close to, pile number 2. And your higher self really wants to give you brownie points here for that, because I do perceive that with the panda card, that innocence that's coming through, I feel like you must have been a person who wore their heart on their sleeve, and maybe you do still, but you were very out loud and expressive about this, and you've learned to tame that energy in a way that works for you, because you may have had people take advantage of that sharing energy of yours, where you wanted to share your good news, or wanted to share just cheerful news about people around you, but it was somehow either seen in a bad light or judged too much, and you were not given your due credits when where it's about bringing people together. Yeah, that's the energy that I was receiving, right? So that's what you receive secret brownie points for it, but you might have been more vocal about it earlier on, and you may have seen stuff go south or downhill, and so you decided to be more discreet, more private about it, and your higher self certainly wants to applaud you for it, because I perceive that that's helped you become more confident, especially in terms of working on your own, because we do have the wolf also, which is again an independent energy. Although it does say that be independent but work together, maybe that's something you're learning to integrate now, pile number 2. But you certainly had a very that's why the changes stuff is also coming. Maybe you went through a lot of transformation and changes, especially around what to share, with whom to share, and what not to share, etc., all around people, relativity with people, specifically in terms of relaying what message you need to relay and what not to, be it even energetically, because I don't see that it's specifically just words or actions, it's also energetically. You had to learn the hard way to preserve your energy, to conserve your energy for yourself, and your higher self definitely is giving you a lot of brownie points for it. And the last card, that is the hedgehog. is the brownie points, secret brownie points you are receiving from your team spirit. And I was just so curious about the um, message that must have been in the guidebook, so I read through it. And because I was confused in terms of, do they have those pokey things? And I think they do on the skin, the hedgehog, but they're so cute and adorable. And that's what was written in the guidebook as well. They do have a pointy, pokey exterior, but they are fun loving and humorous. And the message also was about being humorous, or taking things lightly, taking the challenges of your life lightly and laughing at it. And this is another biggest strength, one of your biggest strengths as well, pile number 2, where you laugh at challenges, or you laugh your way through challenges. Because challenges and changes were very strong words coming through also when in your channel messages, although I did not use the word challenges, but it's again getting repeated here. Your spirit guides or your team spirit are definitely giving you a lot of secret brownie points for how, even through toughest of situations, you make it a point to take it lightly any which way you can. So even if you get too much in your 9 of swords energy, too much in your head about it, or even in your 8 of swords energy, where you feel that you are the victim, you still make it a point to break free or break through that by incorporating healthy humor and genuinely realizing that all of this is happening in a broader perspective, and you have that capacity to zoom out, especially through the use of humor, and take one day at a time and enjoy life as well. But you also have the managerial skills, or you definitely managerial skills, and you do know how to manage or bring in structure as well, to keep hitting your targets, to keep hitting your goals as well. So it's a very good balance that you have, and your spirit guides are definitely giving you secret brownie points for that. So yeah, I think the wolf card is just here to let you know, be independent but work together. And I do perceive that you are getting out of your shell, and you're learning to balance that energy of who are the right people for you, for your community, or who are the right people for what you need to create or what you want to create moving forward. And you're calling in your soul tribe. So I do perceive that there's an energy expansion also happening for this pile, or you are definitely putting that effort forward. With the blue color here, that true communication thing is coming through, especially with yourself. You're being truthful. You are someone who's quite truthful to themselves. Like, you are brutally honest with yourself, honestly, and now, and you do realize that you have to work with people, and it's not out of necessity. You do wish to incorporate that in your life. That's what I'm receiving. So it's just confirming here with the wolf card, like, be independent, but keep working towards working with people as well, pile number 2. So that's all that I have for you, pile 2. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the third image, this is your reading. So first we are going to look at general channeled messages for you, and then we will go into the topic and the challenges for that. So the first thing that was coming through was pink or blue highlights. Now this could be the color of your aura or the color of your hair, whatever relates to you or resonates with you. Then I was getting duress. So as far as I remember, duress is, let me just check, a time of distress. Yeah, it says compulsory force or threat, so times of threat, etc. Then I was receiving in your general messages flip-flops, candles, laminate, pilgrimage or temples atop mountains or in colder regions. Too many voices in the head, too many people talking. There is anguish around worldly affairs, and there's pain in the heart center, especially associated with the loss of kindness in the world. Now, the detailed message around what secret, brownie points do you receive from people around you. And we have being a rock during tough times, knowing how to maneuver tough tides, for speaking the truth at places where no one else would dare, but it is required to be spoken. That truth needs to come out. You receive secret brownie points from people for that. You also receive secret brownie points for people for how self actualized and self aware you are, pile number three, for taking on the extra work and thus guiding a lot of people, guiding many. And also, you receive a lot of secret brownie points for how deeply you love most people. This is not, platonic, romantic, any um, specific kind of love. What I was receiving was generally how deeply you love people. It's definitely admired and admired by those around you, and you receive a lot of secret brownie points for that. The cards that we have for you, pile number three here, are and cooperate for the highest good of the community, which is totally, tying up with the message here in the the channel messages also. Archangel Preminilik. I hope Preminilik. I wonder how to pronounce that. Please do let me know in the comment section. Then we have Big. Maintain self worth and self esteem. Archangels Mary, Gabriel, and Uriel. So, number three is coming through strongly, and you are pile number three. So, that might mean something to you. It could be your life path, your birth date, or the month of March could be significant. 12, 21 could also be a significant number for you, or significant numbers for you. And then we have Raven, prepare for change, Archangels Azrael and Bhakti. The bottom deck energy is butterfly, be ready to transform with wisdom. Again, Archangel Preminilik. So, and here is representing an additional message as to what secret brownie points do you receive from people, and it literally says cooperate for the highest good of the community, which was coming through in your channel messages also. This is just, doubling down on that energy, pile number three, your dedication towards humanity, or in general, where your view about people, or how considerate and allowing you are of people in general, is something that you receive a lot of secret brownie points for. And especially with the ant, I'm also receiving a confirmation of the message about doing that extra work. You put in a lot of hard work. You are a hard worker and you don't mind doing it, especially when that work is going to cater to a bigger community, to a lot of people. You are very driven by the fact that you can contribute to the society in some way, shape, or form. And those kind of projects, which might be larger in scale, or they are probably smaller in scale, but you still know it's going to impact more than one person, or even just one person, and eventually a lot of people in the future. You don't look at it as a menial job. You would go ahead and you do that work, and you work with a lot of people from different walks of life, and that's something that's truly appreciated and admired by a lot of people, and you receive a lot of secret brownie points for it. And pick, maintain self-worth and self-esteem, is actually the secret brownie points you receive from your higher self. And with the pick card, I had read what was there in the Archangel Animal Oracle deck here from Diana Cooper. And so she has explained that the pig and these healers come from the Palladian star group. And also, so Palladian star group, as far as I know, is so much about humanity and taking care of each other, caring for humans, and raising the vibration of the planet. And simultaneously, it's a lot of soft and high vibrational love, which draws back to the first word that was coming through in your general messages, which is pink, blue highlights. So pink is innocent, higher and divine love as well. That's how I see it, higher heart chakra energy. And you embody that energy. You may not, that's another thing that was coming through with the pig, because they do move around in sty, and they do eat stuff which is not palatable, of course, for humans. But another thing that I was receiving with the extra work, or like you go the extra mile, you're ready to do the extra work with that. Another thing that was coming through is wow, I just lost that train of thought. Yeah, you don't mind doing the dirty work. You don't mind, getting your hands dirty. That's what I was saying. You don't see any job as menial. You are a-okay with, taking up any sort of job, especially when it comes to, if that job is going to cater to a group of people who probably don't have the capacity to cater to receive that service for themselves in some way shape or for so wow some way shape or form. So volunteering work or just contributing to people who are in need, you are the first one to stand up for that. You're the first one to go ahead and contribute whatever you can contribute, be it money, be it wisdom, be it your physical efforts. You are the kind of person who would be the first one to go and respond to such a request as much as possible. And your higher self definitely is giving you secret brownie points for it. It's more so, because it's connecting with the Palladian star group or that energy. And please ignore if I'm, pronouncing it incorrectly, and let me know the correct pronunciation in the comment section. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is your higher self is giving you secret brownie points for it because it's, you are shining brightly what your true life purpose is, what your soul's energy is as well. So it's whatever actions you are taking in the earth realm right now is very well aligned with your life purpose, and that's like a confirmation coming through from your higher self, and they're giving you a lot of secret brownie points for it. The last card here with the raven is the card representing the secret brownie points you receive from your spirit team. And we have prepare for change, archangels Azrael and Bhokti. So with the raven card, yeah, with the ant and the pig energies, you may seem to look at yourself as someone who's insignificant or not that big of a change maker. But with the raven card here, your spirit team definitely, especially, I am receiving ancestors of higher consciousness also coming through. They certainly see you as somebody who is a magnificent and a big change maker. You magnify the impact of the changes that are coming through or that need to come through. Sorry, you magnify the importance of why changes are required, and they certainly are giving you a lot of secret brownie points for it. Pile number 3, your spirit team is certainly very, they don't look at you as someone who's insignificant at all. They value the intelligence, they value the work that you put in to create, a place where everyone feels accepted and in allowance. And it is a form of intelligence, the intelligence of allowance, the intelligence of compassion, and the spirit team that you have, or your team in spirit, is certainly giving you secret brownie points for that. And transformation is like a double energy here, because we do have, or change, because we do have butterfly here, and it says be ready to transform with wisdom. So you are a very wise soul, and you are receiving secret brownie points. Especially I'm feeling like with the butterfly also, more so from the spirit realm or the non-physical realm, you are receiving a lot of secret brownie points. I'm also getting the Fey realm as well, or the elementals, the energies connected to the planet. They are certainly giving you a lot of secret brownie points, because you are maintaining that softness and kindness with, and you are taking it forward parallelly with hard work and grit. You're doing both the things together, and you receive a lot of secret brownie points. And I perceive that this pile receives a lot of help from the non-physical, even beyond what they would acknowledge, even beyond what you acknowledge. Pile 3, you receive a lot of help from non-physical, because they see how much work you put in. They definitely, acknowledge the sincerity that comes through from your heart center. Pile 3, that is all that I have for you. So yeah, majorly you receive a lot of secret brownie points from those in the non-physical pile 3. Anyway, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.